Jermaine is in Cirencester. Jermaine, how you doing?
Not too bad, Ian. How are you doing? You all right?
Good as gold at this end. What's going on?
Do you know what? I was driving between appointments and I was obviously listening to the show. You know, some of the comments, some of the things people were saying was a little bit untoward. You know, about the stop and search, people having a chip on their shoulder. I myself, I'm a young black guy. I'm 30, yeah? I've got a company car. I've got a mortgage. I've got a buy-to-let. But yet, I'm often stopped by the police for driving a nice car, yeah? For some reason, on numerous occasions, unfortunately, mate, your profile fits the image of the person that we're looking for, yeah? That makes me feel so uncomfortable because I tell you what, Ian, I work hard. I've got a family. I've got ambition. I've got determination. I've got all the right ingredients to try and make the best self that I can make.
Yeah, it's what it sounds like. Do you think when they say you fit the profile of somebody we're looking for, is your suspicion, Jermaine? So if it was me, they would say, you know, okay, if I said what's the profile, then they would say, well, you know, about 5'10", grey hair, blue eyes, white. But do you think with you it would just be black?
Yeah, it's a young black male driving a nice car. It just stands out.
So you don't really look like anyone they're looking for. You just happen to be black.
Exactly. And it's very sad. And don't get me wrong, stop and search is a good tool. Yeah. Yeah. But there needs to be better intelligence behind it, because like the guy that was on previously said, when I pull up at a traffic light and there's a police car, if I don't look a certain way, look in, already they're looking at, oh, what's he up to then? How do you get that? And then it's already putting me, like, you know, it's making me feel uncomfortable that, you know what, I can't just be at the traffic light.
Yes, and just sit there wondering what you're going to have for tea when you get home. Like exactly. Those people do. I mean, the other side of this, Jermaine, and I'm not for 1 second going to try and walk in your shoes or in any way reduce what you've just said, but the average cop almost takes their career in their hands if they pull over somebody for no reason or in a way or a manner that could be construed as there being other alternative thinking behind what they were doing. And bearing in mind, they've usually got body-worn cameras on now. Passengers in cars have body-worn cameras. You'd have to be a particularly stupid police officer to go, I'm going to pull this one because he's black.
Ian, I'll give you an example of an incident that happened to me. Yeah? I dropped my daughter off to a kid's party, yeah? There was like a little shop parade around the corner. So I thought, I'll go in there, get myself a little Subway. I thought what I'll do, I won't block the spaces in the car park eating the Subway. I'll quickly just pull over there and eat my sandwich, yeah? Yep. This police lady drove past me. She had a good look in the car. And I looked at her and said, what, to eat my sandwich? Would you believe, I thought, you know what, I better move along here. She
Jermaine, your line has just suddenly cracked up on the kind of main point of the story. Can you still hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, fire away. So you got to the point where she was looking. She drove past you, did she, this policewoman?
Yeah, she drove past me and she had a good look in. I'm just literally eating my sandwich. I've pulled into a side road because I don't want to occupy all the space in the
no, that makes sense.
Quite small. And as I thought, you know what? Here we go again. Let me just move along. I started driving home, and this was in Bristol. And just as I was driving past the football stadium, I've got this unmarked police car drive directly in front of me and force me to an emergency stop.
Wow.
Okay, I said, what's this about? So we're outside the football stadium. It's a busy afternoon, and I'm being pulled over in that fashion because, unfortunately, you fit the profile.
And what was the... Okay, so what did they say, whether it was you or the car or combination of the two that was the profile, allegedly?
They said it was a combination of the two.
Okay.
They just said, there's a lot of activity going on in this area. Listen, I just dropped my daughter at a kid's party.
Did they take that and say, sorry, sir, glad you're okay, off you go?
No, they just, when I obviously got a bit annoyed because I thought, do you know what? The way you stopped me was unnecessary.
Yeah, it's a bit Starsky and Hutch, isn't it? I mean, you know, coming in there with the
And the guy said, "Look, we've just been called to stop you. The officer that has asked us to stop you is shortly coming." And then as she came, she said, "I saw you in your car, and as soon as you saw me, you drove off." Would you believe they then searched the whole of my car, searched me on the street, and they didn't find anything? And they just said, "Sorry, unfortunately, there's a lot of activity going on in this area, and you do fit the profile."
So was it the drive? I'm not going to defend what sounds like a horrible experience, but do you think it was the driving off, which you thought for good reason, turned out to be the one reason they ended up stopping you?
To be honest, if I'd have stayed, she would have probably asked for backup to come and inquire as to why I'm here eating the sandwich. So either way, when she looked in and engaged with me, she saw something that thought, you know what, I want to see what you're up to.
Are you not aware of the sandwich crimes of Bristol, Jermaine?
Well, this is it.
It's massive at the moment. It's like the dealers are doing all sorts.
So next time, what I'll just do is I'll just eat my Subway in the car park.
Yes, nobody would have. Yeah, and that's the irony, isn't it? That you thought to yourself, it's exactly the sort of thing I would do. Think, well, I'm not going to take up a whole car. It's for people using the shop, so I'll park somewhere else. So you would try to do the right thing, and then that happened. Jermaine, thank you. I'm sorry to hear that, because I wouldn't for one second pretend that that's not aggro and jip to have on your Sunday afternoon when you're trying to just have a sarnie before you pick your little one up from a party.